In this week of Pokemon Go, we're going to see the debut of a new Pokemon family, and we're also going to be getting a Community Day Classic that you will not want to miss. It's going to be a pretty packed week, and there's going to be a few things that you will want to pay attention to, and that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. Alright, how's it going everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so this week is going to be the last full week of the month of January, and we're going to have one in-game event along with a Community Day Classic. It's probably not going to be as exciting as the previous week, but I still think there's a lot of things to look forward to this week, and we should definitely talk about it. Starting off, let's talk about the Steeled Resolve event, which is going to be happening this week. The new Pokemon Corviknight is going to be debuting through the Steeled Resolve event, which is going to be happening between January 21st at 10 o'clock a.m. local time until January 26th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon are the Rookidee family, which is Rookidee, Corvisquire, and Corviknight. These three Pokemon originated from the Galar region, and they're a bit of a fan favorite. Now, we're also going to be getting the following wild encounters during this event. You're going to see an increase of Clefairy, Machop, Totodile, Marill, Hoppip, Paldean Wooper, Shieldon, Bunnelby, Carbink, and Mareanie. These are all phenomenal Pokemon when you evolve them for PvP, so this is going to be somewhat of a PvP-centric event, because when it comes to Pokemon like Totodile, Shieldon, Paldean Wooper, Carbink, all of them evolve into Pokemon that are considered meta within the Great League. This is definitely going to be a really solid event, especially if you need some solid PvP Pokemon. Now, we're going to get the following raid bosses during this event. It's going to be when Deoxys Attack Form and Deoxys Defense Form are in 5-star raids, but that's going to be until January 24th. After which, we're going to see the return of Dialga, and that is pretty big because Dialga is a very popular Pokemon within Pokemon Go. And then in Mega Evolution raids, at this point we're going to have Mega Gallade introduced into Pokemon Go, so that's going to be the Mega Evolution boss until January 24th. And then afterwards we're going to have Mega Medicham in Mega Evolution raids. If you need any of these Mega Evolutions, then make sure you do a couple of Mega Evolution raids while these are active. And then we're also going to get field research tasks and Pokestop showcases themed around this event. Those are things you should watch out for during this event in order to get some really solid premium items and rewards. Oh, and one more thing. Now, since this is a Pokemon Go event, unfortunately there's going to be a lot of monetization aspects. In 2 Kilometer Eggs, you're going to potentially get Shieldon, Carbink, Mareanie, or the new Pokemon Rookidee. And then there's going to be a $5 paid timed research, which is going to award you with a 2x Hatch Stardust bonus, 5,000 experience, 20,000 Stardust, 1 Elite Charge TM, and event-themed Pokemon encounters. Now, the 2x Hatch Stardust bonus is pretty decent, and you do get 1 Elite Charge TM, but I will say that this is definitely not worth $5 USD. Do not spend money on this ticket, that is my suggestion, because you're really not getting your money's worth. Now, when you evolve certain Pokemon during this event, you're going to get yourself some exclusive attacks. When you evolve a Machoke into a Machamp, you're going to get the legacy move Karate Chop. And then if you evolve into a Feraligatr, you're going to get Hydro Cannon. And then Quagsire is going to get Aqua Tail, Lickilicky is going to get Body Slam, Corviknight is going to get Iron Head, and Clodsire is going to get Mega Horn. The thing that I find interesting is that Corviknight actually has an exclusive move during this event. And I think that's something that we need to touch on later on. Now, we're also going to get the following event bonuses. You're going to be able to remove frustration off of your Shadow Pokemon with Charge TMs. And yeah, you heard that right. This is not a Team Go Rocket Takeover event, and yet we're going to be getting one of the most important bonuses from those events during this Steel type event. So that is definitely really cool. And then considering that this is a Steel type event, we're also going to be able to get different Pokemon from Magnetic Lures. And one of those Pokemon is going to be the new Pokemon Rookidee. And then finally, there's going to be an additional step of the Dual Destiny Special Research, which is going to award you with Fast TMs, Charge TMs, as well as a Lucky Egg. And then finally, in 1-star raids, we're going to have Lickitung, Skorupi, Pancham, and Amara. Now, at the end of this week, we're also going to be getting a Community Day Classic featuring the Pokemon Ralts. Let's go over the details for that event. Ralts Community Day Classic is going to be happening on Saturday, January 25th from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. Now, if you evolve Ralts fully into Gardevoir or Gallade, both of them are going to learn the featured attack Synchronoise, which is going to be a psychic type charge attack. Unfortunately, this move is not going to be top tier for either of these Pokemon. It's really going to be whatever their basic charge attacks are. For example, with Gardevoir, you will want to go with fairy type attacks. But still, this is going to be a move that will be available for any routes that you fully evolve during this event, and that is something you need to keep in mind if you're looking for a really good psychic type raid attacker. Now, there's also going to be a special research ticket that's going to be available in the Pokeshop, and it's going to award you with routes with a special background. So if that's something you're interested in, do keep in mind that there's going to be a special research ticket. Now during this event, we're going to get the following event bonuses, and let me tell you straight up right now, they're not necessarily that substantial. There's going to be a quarter hatch distance bonus during this event, and then lure modules and incense are going to last for 3 hours. You're also going to get additional route spawns when you take snapshots of your Pokemon during this event, and that's pretty much it. There's no Stardust bonus, there's no experience bonus, or even a candy bonus. You're only going to be able to get a quarter hatch distance bonus that you could take full advantage of. Now, there's also going to be field research task rewards that's going to award you with routes encounters, as well as Stardust and Great Balls, and that's pretty much it. So that's something that you could utilize if you're looking for high IV routes, and it's something that I often think is underrated when it comes to these community days. And then finally, there's going to be a timed research that's going to be available for everyone, and it's going to award you with 4 Sinnoh Stones, which you need in order to evolve your routes into Gallade. And then there's also going to be a continued timed research for everyone after this event ends, and it's going to award you with routes with a special background. It's very similar to what they did with Sprigatito Community Day. It's essentially going to be bonus content after the Community Day ends, and I'm actually in favor of this. Whatever they do to give us more additional spawns with special features like these backgrounds, I'm all for it as long as it remains free. Alright, now let's switch gears and talk about the weekly activities, starting with this week's Spotlight Hour. It's going to be featuring the Pokemon Paldean Wooper, and you're going to get a double catch candy bonus alongside it. Paldean Wooper evolves into Quagsire, which is a phenomenal Pokemon for PvP. So this Tuesday is definitely going to be a great opportunity for you to get yourself a solid PvP Pokemon. And then in 5-star raids during this week, we're going to continue to have both Deoxys attack form and Deoxys defense form. And then on Friday, we're going to switch over to Dialga in 5-star raids. And then for this Wednesday's raid hour, we're going to have both forms of Deoxys, the attack form and the defense form. And then in Shadow raids on the weekend, we're going to continue to have Shadow Registeel. This Wednesday's raid hour is going to be a great opportunity for you to farm up a whole bunch of rare candies and Rare Candy XL, and if you are lucky enough to get yourself a high IV shiny of either of these Pokemon, then it's also going to be a great opportunity for you to farm up candies for Deoxys. Now let's talk about Mega Raids. So during this week, we're going to have the continuation of Mega Gallade in Mega Raids, but starting on Friday, January 24th, we're going to switch over to Mega Medicham in Mega Evolution Raids. And then tonight, for Max Mondays, we actually have a pretty important one. We're going to see the debut of Dynamax Articuno. This is going to be the first time we're going to see a legendary Pokemon in Max Battles, so this is definitely one worth checking out if you have some free time tonight. And then finally for PvP, we're going to have the continuation of the Open Master League along with the Color Cup Great League Edition. And then on Tuesday, January 21st, we're going to switch over to the Great League, Ultra League, and Master League being active. It's actually a pretty solid week for PvPs, especially because the 3 basic leagues are all going to be open. So if you want to get a whole bunch of good battles in and you have a really solid team for either the Great League, Ultra League, or Master League, then this is definitely the week to get all of your battles done. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going to be going on this week in Pokemon Go. It's going to be pretty exciting, especially with the introduction of a new Dynamax Legendary, and then of course we got a Community Day Classic and the Steeled Resolve event. I do think this week is going to be pretty underrated, especially for a lot of players who are just looking for something new and interesting to do. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Is there anything in particular this week that you are looking forward to? Make sure you share it down below in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.